Well, hello, everyone. My name is Jon Brenneman, and I am the president here at MOA Vacations. And I want to thank everybody for joining us today as we're going to talk about all-inclusive cruises, all-inclusive luxury cruises with our good friend Jodi from Regent Seven Seas. Before we get started, I just had a couple of things I always like to go over. For the few people, this might be your first webinar. We do two or three of these a month. We are taping this presentation. So tomorrow you'll receive an email with a link to this. So you can watch it again at your convenience. You're more than welcome to invite along family and friends who might want to join you on this cruise or the cruise you select. So feel free to share this webinar with anyone you'd like to. Is this my only screen, Jodi?
Nope.
Yeah, I thought I had one more. There we go. Before we get started, I always just like to talk a little bit about MOA Vacations and what makes us unique. It's the same story I've probably repeated a couple of times. So I'll go through it quickly, but if anybody has any questions, feel free to give me a call or ask your cruise consultant here at MOA Vacations. We're more than happy to kind of explain to you. But the first thing we always talk about is service. We are and continue to be the only travel agency that does travel on a satisfaction guaranteed basis. So if you encounter any difficulties or problems, either before or during your cruise, you'd reach out to myself and I would get that resolved to your satisfaction. We do guarantee the lowest fares. As Jodi's going to talk about, we have a lot of instances where we have fares that are actually lower than you can get from the cruise line, in this case, Regent Direct, or from another travel agency. There's special rate programs that we have access to that other people do not. Free amenities. This is a program we started, probably 20 years ago, but going out to vendors and saying, we would like you to recognize the past and continued service of the members of MOAA. Regent does participate in this. So if you go on any Regent cruise, any destination, any ship, you receive a $250 minimum onboard credit. And this is an onboard credit you wouldn't get if you book direct with Regent. So we appreciate them participating in this program where we, as I mentioned, we recognize you for your past and continued service. And then group opportunities. I know Jodi's going to talk about some of those today. We do have a majority of the members that when they call in actually ask if there's a group departure available. So if you have that ability to be somewhat flexible on when you go, a lot of times, particularly if it's a destination, let's say like Region 7 night Alaska, where it's basically the same itinerary, either northbound or southbound for the entirety of the season. A lot of times, if you have some flexibility and can go a couple weeks later or a week sooner or something like that, you can actually have the opportunity to travel with your fellow MOA members who will also be on board. So that's kind of real quick, kind of what we do that makes us unique. I know I mentioned before you can invite friends and family. I always like to point out if you bring friends and family along, they are eligible to receive all of the additional savings offers, the free onboard credit offers. They can go along on our group departures. So really, we're here to do whatever we can to make sure that your vacation is as fun as possible. And if you would have more fun on vacation, if you had friends or family that went with you, then absolutely bring them and we'll make sure they get the same service and savings that all members do when they book through this. So without any further ado, Jodi, I'm going to turn it over to you. You can talk to us about Regent, talk to us about some of the specials that we've talked about. There is a Q&A, so while Jodi's talking, feel free to ask a question. I will answer some of them during the presentation. If it's something I think everybody might benefit from hearing, I might go ahead and answer it and then bring it up in the Q&A as well. But after Jodi gets done with her presentation, we'll both stick around, answer any questions that you might have at that time. So without any further ado, Jodi, tell us more about Regent Seven Seas.
All right, thanks, John. And thanks everybody who's joining, who's listening to the recording. We love to do these. We do them at least once a quarter, sometimes more. So I appreciate all of MOA Vacations, and you guys are in amazing hands with these agents, advisors, consultants, travel designers, so many different names, but definitely using a travel advisor is the best thing for you to do. So I'm going to, as I usually do, is stop my video just so my head is not in the way of any of the slides while I'm talking. So if you've never seen any of our presentations before, welcome. And if you have, hopefully you'll learn something new today. We always try to talk about a little bit of different things to keep them interesting. So again, my name is Jodi Murphy. I've been with Regent Seven Seas Cruises for the last 23 years. And Regent Seven Seas Cruises is a 31-year-old company, if you did not know that. Now, we believe that no one else goes to greater lengths to tailor our services and experience to our guests than we do. So choosing vacation for our guests is mainly about the destination. So hopefully you've been thinking about where you want to go today. And, what do you love most about a vacation? What is your favorite aspect about cruising? And maybe you've never cruised before, and why haven't you? I think that once you would get on board a cruise with Regent Seven Seas Cruises, you might change your mind. So we'll be exploring what makes Regent Seven Seas Cruises different in more detail, but I wanted to show you a little bit about what sets us apart from the competition. We really believe that travel isn't a reason to compromise. So think of the cars that you drive, the hotels that you stay in, the restaurants that you dine in. Luxury is still a really good place to start, but to going further into this, we really want to make you feel special and unique when you are sailing with us. So if you've seen our webinars before, you've seen this image in the past, and I love to show this because I believe that this picture really, it says it all. It sums it up. This is a truly enjoyable and uncrowded embarkation process. And this little ship with the arrow pointing down, that is not even our smallest ship. That is our Seven Seas Voyager at 698 guests. So if you're looking for less crowds, no lines, and ease of vacation, Regent is really that best option for you. I can tell you that I sailed in July on one of our ships in Alaska, and the ship was completely full, and you never would have known that it was. There are not crowds of people walking around everywhere. It is just a truly different experience. So what sets Regent apart from all the rest? Well, we believe that it is about our immersive exploration, our personalized service, Epicurean perfection, unrivaled space at sea, and every luxury included. So we'll talk about a little bit more of those, but it really starts with the destination. And at Regent Seven Seas Cruises, we truly offer experiences unlike any other, resulting in those memories and stories that last a lifetime, from free unlimited shore excursions to a select choice of shore excursions that you can upgrade to in other amazing ways, but really just immersing yourself in the destination. We could obviously talk for hours about all the places that we can show you. We visit over 500 ports worldwide and 350 UNESCO World Heritage Sites, but we also offer pre and post cruise land programs. And some of these are actually included on your cruise. We have in-port overnights that we visit in multiple cities, and that really gives you a chance to see the city in a different way, from the day to the night. And those UNESCO World Heritage Sites, it's just a dream goal for a lot of luxury travelers. And we understand and we share this passion for exploration, and that's why we're proud to be able to offer that to you. And then, of course, we've got these wonderful concierge collection packages, and these are all-inclusive holiday packages that are carefully chosen to complement your luxurious voyage with Regent Seven Seas Cruises. Now, personalized service, this is also something that we are known for, and our exceptionally attentive and friendly crew, they really cater to your every wish. They get to know your personal preferences and taste. to customize really that entire experience, both on board and ashore for you. Our crew, they've gone through the most rigorous training. We believe that they are the best in the industry. They have a high retention, and they feel like Regent is their family. So they're always going above and beyond. And also guests feel like the crew on board is their family. And we are always hearing that from our guests and our very loyal past passengers, that it just really feels like a family on board Regent. Now, our next pillar, I guess we would say, is Epicurean perfection. And I mean, I can say I even had this little appetizer, lobster medallions. I mean, the food is exquisite. There are multiple dining choices in all of our restaurants on board. There could be up to 7 dining venues, depending on which ship you are sailing. We have open seating dining in our main dining room, Compass Rose. We have plenty of tables for 2, 4, 10, complimentary, included specialty dining and in-suite dining. All of these things are included with Regent, so there are no packages that you have to purchase, all of that confusing stuff. It's just included with Regent. And in-suite dining, you could choose from our 24-hour room service menu, or in the evening at dinner, you can dine and choose from our main dining room's menu even, and we will serve you course by course. Your suite steward, your butler, they will put that white tablecloth out on your table in your suite or on your balcony, and you will have an amazing dinner as well on board in your suite. There's many, many options on board Regent. Now, the next slide, I wanted to give you a peek at what our Epicurean Explorer tours may look like. Now, these are tours where, so we have a culinary arts kitchen on 3 of our ships. With that, the culinary arts kitchen, we offer these Epicurean Explorer tours. So there are chef-led tours where you go into the city with the chef and you find and pick out all the local ingredients that you need to cook whatever you're cooking in your class. So in this specific tour, this was a tour that was in Belize at a spice farm. So just a little look into what those are if you're one of those foodies.
My name's Catherine Kelly, and I am the founder and the manager of our culinary arts program. So the way the Epicurean Explorer tours work is the guests assemble in the culinary arts kitchen in the morning with the chef instructor who explains what we're going to do today, where we're going to go, and the sequence of the day. We venture off the ship. Sometimes we go to a market, sometimes we go to a farm, sometimes we go to meet a local host who may be an artisanal producer. So for example, when we go to the spice farm in Belize, we're met by our hosts, the owners. We get on a tractor and a trolley and we ride through the spice farm where they pick off various spices, flowers, and ingredients and share those with the guests as we are wandering our way through the spice farm. Our hosts are such an important part of our tour. They love greeting our guests, sharing their farms, their local cultures, their family traditions, their favorite recipes. After our visit with our local hosts, we'll come back to the ship. Sometimes we have a cooking class where, for example, for Belize, we experimented with all kinds of different spices and things that we harvested there at the farm. Our guests always enjoy this intimate, chef-led experience. They make friends amongst themselves in this small group. They love hanging out with the chef and learning new things. So come taste the world with us.
So when I was on board, I didn't experience one of these tours, but my husband experienced one of the cooking classes. And I tell you what, if you like to do that sort of thing, and I would absolutely recommend our cooking classes or even these chef-led tours. They are just a wonderful experience, and there's different types of themes of foods that you would cook and so forth, but a really, really fun experience. So also we have these heritage stories that we're doing. And this one, I wanted to show you just a snippet of a video because I think the full video is something like 15 minutes long, but It's not that long, but this one is about our main flagship restaurant called Compass Rose, and the visual story of how the executive culinary director, Bernard Klotz, and the team, how they continue to make Compass Rose our largest specialty restaurant. On most ships, it's called a main restaurant. But with Compass Rose, they've built this menu that allows for endless options and caters to all types of cuisine, from plant-based chef's menu, the serene spa and wellness options, regional dishes. There's really something for everyone in this main dining room. So the sneak peek of this next chapter in the series it's the level of detail the teams go through to create this Epicurean perfection on board Regent Seven Seas Cruises.
My name is Bernard Klotz. I'm the VP of Food and Beverage for Regent Seven Seas Cruises. I believe Miami is becoming the hub of international cuisine.
The purpose of this getting together this time is to look at the Compass Rose and the Prime 7 to see what we can improve and how we can adjust a little bit our already fantastic recipe. We just want to make sure that we capture any new trend that is around.
We visit some incredible restaurants, Mexico, Jamaica, Central America, South America, American. And then we also visit an Italian restaurant, beautiful cuisine. My goal is that our guests don't think about the typical cruise line food. I would like that they leave the ship and they have the most exquisite culinary experience they ever had.
So we're always improving and making things better and, looking at new things all the time with Regent. So, and then it's not just about the suites. I mean, the space on board our ships and luxurious spaces, right? But it's more than just a bedroom. Our ships have incredibly spacious suites. They're all suites with Regent, 98% private balcony. We only have one ship that features anything other than balconies, which is windows. Now we've got walk-in closets, full living rooms, marble bathrooms, these heavenly king-size beds, and so much more on board. And remember, we don't have inside cabins. They are balcony suites, and again, 98%, so two categories with windows on one ship. The minimum is about 301 square feet, and that is the smallest that you are going to have on board Regent. So these really feel like a home away from home with everything that you need and that you would expect with luxury amenities. If you're ever on our website, we do have 360-degree video tours that you can go on and see just how spacious our suites are. Now, we do believe that we are oceans apart from the competition and that nobody goes to greater lengths to make your cruise as special as Regent Seven Seas Cruises. And one of the big things that so many people, I guess, don't understand is that the value that we offer because of everything that we include in the cost of your cruise. So for flights, we include business class air on your intercontinental flights. So if you're flying to Europe, Asia, Africa, wherever you're going, if it's over the water, you will be flying in a business class seat. We include economy air on domestic flights. And with our air package, we also include the transfer. So it's a seamless way for you to go, not have to worry. It's just all done by us. The specialty dining. So as I mentioned, there's all of these dining choices, and specialty dining is included. All we ask is that you make a reservation in each of the specialty venues prior to boarding the ship with us. And then when you're on board, you can go ahead and make additional reservations if you would like to in the specialty venues. We include premium wine and liquor. We include specialty coffee, bottled water, freshly squeezed juice at breakfast, all of those things that add up on these other cruise lines that you don't really think about, but they add up, right? We include those. There's also an in-suite minibar that's included, that's replenished daily in your suite, and that is catered to be exactly what you want to be in your suite, and no additional charge for that. We have free unlimited shore excursions, and there's over 2,000 free unlimited shore excursions that we offer throughout all of our destinations. So truly multiple shore excursions in every port of call. And they're not just city tours, bus tours, and walking tours. There's some really great tours that we include that are free. So included, of course. We include internet on our cruises. And one really exciting thing is that come with a new ship that we have coming this year in November, Seven Seas Grandeur. We are upgrading to Starlink, which if anybody has ever heard anything about Starlink, it is amazing. And if you were in the middle of the ocean, you could be streaming on your Netflix and have no buffering and have no issues. So we're very excited to be able to have Starlink on board our ship. So it'll start with Grandeur and then will be added to the other ships after that. Now, select categories that we have offer a one-night pre-cruise hotel package. That is nice because we don't have to worry as much about those air schedule changes, the cancellations when you are en route to your cruise. So those are nice. Gratuities are included with Regent, and also our newer inclusion of when we started to cruise again after the pandemic is valet laundry. And this is, I tell you what, I took advantage of this on board, and it is it is really the best. If you send your laundry to be cleaned, they'll do cleaning and pressing, and that's included. If you send it before 9 a.m., you will get it back that same day, that evening. And not only that, they'll send your undergarments back to you wrapped in tissue paper with a Regent sticker. And in some categories, then they put it in a box with a glass lid casing. It's just, those little touches and things like that that really make Regent so very, very special. So let's just go to quickly do a little bit of a day in the life on board a Regent Seven Seas cruise. So luxury means a good night's sleep, and luxury means so many different things, but one of them is a good night's sleep, right? And a fresh perspective every morning in those little differences and accommodations. It just really is a different experience. And you've had that time to settle in, you've got that nice refreshed feeling, and you wake up in the morning. Maybe you go down to our coffee connection, you've got a cappuccino or your specialty coffee, and that's included. You can have breakfast in your suite, or you can go to our main dining venue for breakfast, which is La Veranda, have a breakfast buffet, many options to choose from there. Next, maybe you want to explore at your leisure instead of doing an excursion with Regent. So it's really fascinating to learn about many different people, cultures, and of course, the natural wonders that this planet has to offer. And this variety, it really inspires us to continually expand our vast collection of shore excursions, bringing you the best that life has to offer, from music and history and the culinary arts to wildlife and adventure. There are amazing memories to be created in every destination, whatever your interest with Regent. Next, maybe you are back on board looking at some enrichment activities during your voyages, talking to the onboard cruise consultant about ideas for your next cruise. But because our ships are small, it doesn't mean that there aren't things to do on board our ships. So here with the Culinary Arts Kitchen on 3 of our ships, great opportunities there to just have that experience. Our enrichment activities on board, there are many things to do. There is caviar tasting, there is a wine tasting during the days, and everything we let you know ahead of time. It's in the program, so you can decide what you're going to do for the day, whether you're on or off the ship. Lunch, you're going to have many options, and sometimes it also depends on the day, the week that maybe one of the specialty venues is going to be open for lunch. But there are so many options, and the food is really amazing on Regent. I really suggest trying out as many things as you can, because you might be surprised at what you like or you dislike, but you're definitely have as many options as you would like. In the afternoon, maybe you decide that it's time to relax. We have an infinity pool on the back of 3 of our ships through the spa. You're welcome to enjoy at no additional charge. And in the spa, we do also have the cold room and sauna that you can enjoy at no additional charge, or go ahead and get a massage and enjoy that experience and relax while you're on board Regent Seven Seas. We've also got a sports deck that has many different games, afternoon tea, games of trivia, gosh, all kinds of things actually on board the pool. And our pool, might I say, that guests with Regent, if you're sailing, they aren't waking up at 5 a.m. to go put a book on a pool lounger to save it. It's not like that with us. And of course, there are plenty of pool loungers available if you would like to do that during the day. Now for the evening dining options, of course, we've got all of these authentic flavors. They're infused with this creative inspiration, regional dishes that they really overflow with heritage and variety. So whether you're enjoying the Epicurean perfection and fine wines and spirits on board, or you're headed ashore to delve into the Epicurean explorations, we really provide a myriad of opportunities for you to really satiate your inner gourmand and discover again and again the power and the beauty of a shared culinary experience. So we really want you to just sail away with us and savor every moment when you're on board a Regent Seven Seas cruise. Now in the evening, we've got entertainment, and there are plenty of things to do on board Regent. So maybe you've got a favorite bartender that served you your signature cocktail before dinner. You head to the production, the headlining production on stage in the Constellation Theater after your meal. You can step onto the dance floor and you can dance the night away in one of our piano bar, or even do actually karaoke on board. Now, Regent is not the type of cruise line. We aren't going to be having, big parties and people staying out till 2, 3 in the morning. That's just not who we are, and that's not who our guests are. But there are things for you to do on board, and a casino, of course, as well, if you'd like to try your hand at the slots. And then, of course, you are back into your suite with the most comfortable bed for a good night's sleep and a fresh perspective the next morning. And the accommodations that we have and the crew and staff on board being there to just make everything so comfortable for you, and it makes you never want to leave. I mean, we left and we were home, and who's bringing our breakfast or who's making our breakfast? It's just a wonderful, wonderful experience. So all of our ships are really designed around the needs of our guests, and we're always trying to improve our ships. Our new ship, and we'll show you slides of this in a little bit, Seven Seas Grandeur is can't think of the word right now. This ship is a heritage of perfection. So a heritage of Regent being around for 30 or 31 years. I mean, we've seen it all. We know what we need to improve. And we actually ask our valued guests, what can we do to make our ships better? What would you like to see with Regent? And so that heritage of all of that knowledge and information, we've got that. And we want to know what you want. And it is a new level of comfort. And you're home away from home. I mean, your minimum itinerary is 7 days or longer, depending on where you're going. And we want you to feel like it's a home. We want you to feel like these crew and even other guests on board are your family that you want to spend time with, that family that you choose. So we hope that you think about joining us on Regent Seven Seas Cruises and really enjoying that experience that we give you on board and coming back again and again and again with us. And here, the image of the pool where I said there's plenty of loungers for people to choose from, so nobody needs to fight about where they're going to be on the pool deck. And so many guests, Regent guests, you aren't going on a vacation to lay around at the pool and get a suntan. You're getting on and off the ship, and you are going to learn about that art, culture, history, music, food, and wine. But sometimes, there's a sea day, or maybe you just want to relax. So new for 2023, we're so excited to bring on this new ship, Seven Seas Grandeur. So this is the next ship in the world's most luxurious fleet. So with that 30-year heritage of perfection, she's really the latest evolution in luxury cruising, I would say. She's got this refined style, this matchless elegance, breathtaking beauty, all that will exceed the expectations of our discerning guests. And she is the sister ship of Seven Seas Explorer and Seven Seas Splendor. So Grandeur will host just 746 guests on board. That is the largest ship that we have on board Regent Seven Seas Cruises. Our smallest ship is 498 guests. So with Grandeur coming on, we have an average crew to guest ratio of 1 to 1.4. And her crew to guest ratio is 1 to 1.4. And that is really something that sets us apart from all of the other lines out there. Now, I want to show you something that's very, very important, because when I talked to you earlier about the inclusions that we have and what so many people don't know that we include, we do these comparison charts. So say that you're sailing on a premium cruise line and you're sailing in a suite or a balcony, and their price starting out is a lot less than a Regent price. But what you're maybe not understanding is that these other cruise lines, they don't include what Regent includes in their pricing. So you